I'll never forget. I met an American in South Africa. And he said to me, he said, well, you know, Trevor, it's funny you say that because if you come out to America, they'll label you as black. I said, really? And he was like, hell yeah. Oh yeah, everybody's black out there. And I was like, wow, well, I want to be black. And I found out it's true. Mixed race people are categorized as black in America. Yeah. The only catch is, and nobody tells you this, you have to be liked and successful first. Before then, they say you mixed. You achieve success, and you get upgraded to black. All the famous mixed people do it. Singers, like Alicia Keys and Mariah Carey, yeah? Mixed, but then they say black singers. Sportsmen, like Tiger Woods, mixed, but then they say black golfer. The most famous mixed person on the planet by far, Barack Obama, mixed, half and half, straight down the middle. But then they say America's first black president, which is interesting because when he was running, they called him the mixed candidate. I see how it works. Everyone makes it obvious now. They're like, yeah, Barack, of course he won, of course. It wasn't that obvious when he started. It wasn't. I remember comedians coming out. They used to diss him. Guys would come out on stage and be like, man, how many of y'all seen that crazy-ass mixed fool running for president? Y'all seen that mixed fool running for president? What you gonna see? Ain't no mixed fool gonna be president of the United States of America. Ain't no man, which white people gonna be voting for a mixed fool? Even a black man can't win shit. Even a black man can't. How some mixed fool think he gonna do it out? Man, that mixed fool, that crazy-ass mixed fool. How some mixed fool, that mixed fool? And then he won, and all of a sudden they were like, my nigga. So I see how it works, you know? I understand. In order for me to become black, I have to work hard at it. And I'm willing to do the time. Yeah. I took the first opportunity I could. Bought myself a plane ticket from South Africa, and I said, I'm going out to America. I'm going there, and I'm going to be black. And I got on that plane. It was an 18-hour flight, 18 hours of non-stop flying. And I sat there in my chair, and I spent every moment practicing being black, just practicing. I was like, I'm not going to mess up this black opportunity. I just sat there, just working through everything. I was watching every black movie and TV show, just going through it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. King Kong ain't got shit on me. Yeah. What you talking about, Willis? I was grinding. You laugh, but 18 hours of flying, and I landed in JFK, and I was fluent in my black American. For shizzle my nizzle. I was walking around. I was so black, I was even laughing black. I was like, ha, ha, ha. Yeah. My man. Ha, ha. Should have seen me. It was like, oh, this you? That has to be the personification of cool, in my opinion. There's nothing cooler. Black Americans are so cool, they can make you feel good about yourself just by asking if you are you. You don't believe me? Get a black American man to come up to you and just be like, hey, yo, this you? Nah, this you? And you'll be like, I think it is. Magic. I was that black. Not just any black, but the coolest black in the world, and that's American black. I can say this with confidence, being from Africa. I know black. I'm well versed in the arts of black. I'm from the black factory. I mean it. I've seen every kind of black, from light black all the way to like navy blue black. I know black. And there's no cooler black than American black. Nothing cooler, you know? Because American black people, I mean, you just look at how much they've done to influence modern day pop culture, you know? Small things and the big alike. You look at the music. You've got, you know, jazz, hip hop, R&B, all black Americans, style of clothing, you know, just this general swag that they've brought to everything. Even small things like walking. I mean, walking is such a mundane activity, isn't it? It's just very... There's nothing cool about this thing. You just move from one place to the next, and pretty much everybody can do it. This is it. There's nothing. And then black Americans came along, and then they just added in that bounce, and then all of a sudden you look really cool. You just, you know, you look like you have a purpose. You've just got that. Yeah, look at this. It's super cool. And it must be hard for an assassin to kill you. Just like. That's why if you look in American history, no black man was ever assassinated whilst walking, ever. So it was when they stopped and said something. Bang! That's when they were, because they got to walk. That's why if you look, Obama, every time he comes out of the jets or makes a speech, he's always just got that little bounce just before. Because in his head, he's like, you never know, you never know, you never know, you never know, you never know. Got to walk. It's a cool walk. And by far, the coolest thing of all is the talk. I've listened to black Americans, and it's the most amazing use of the English language I've ever come across in my life. Because they pay no regard to punctuation whatsoever. Just cruise through sentences. It's fantastic. First time I had a conversation with a black American man was in Baltimore, Maryland. This guy walked up to me after the show. He didn't even walk. He just floated in. Just came up to me and was like, hey, yo, B, hey, yo, hey, yo. Hey, yo, let me holler at you for a minute, man. Let me holler at you. I said, okay. He's like, man, I ain't even gonna front, man. I ain't gonna front. I came out here, dude. I ain't even know who you was, man. I didn't even know. I was out here at the show. I bought my girl. We was out there. You came out there. You were doing your thing. I was like, yo, man, I ain't even know they goddamn yellow bones out there in the motherland, man. I was like, yo, this kid better be funny, man, but I ain't gonna lie. You came out there, you was keeping it coming, keeping it moving, you was just beasting. I was like, all right, man, maybe this kid is the truth, yeah? This kid was doing his thing, he was keeping it out there. I started laughing, my girl was killing herself. I was like, all right, this mofo got flow for show, you know what I mean? And I was like, no, I don't. But I love it. It's the most amazing use of English I've ever come across in my life. Just that one word alone. Just the strength of that. Nah mean. Do you know what I mean? You nah mean? It sums it all up, doesn't it? It's just, neither question nor statement. It's just, like, why have we been wasting our time with syllables for so long? I don't understand. It was a crazy day today, you know what I mean? Yo, that shit was crazy, you know what I mean? It just flows, it's magical. It says it all. I feel like I've wasted years of my life without nah mean. I wish I could go back in time and relive my favorite moments, watch my favorite movies again, seeing them bring to life. This is Sparta! Nah mean! I'll never forget the day I saw a picture of Barack Obama meeting Nelson Mandela for the very first time. It's a beautiful image, and it's of the two men in silhouettes. In Chicago, Nelson Mandela sitting in a chair, Barack Obama leaning over him. And this was way back in the day. This was before Barack Obama was a blip on the presidential radar. He was a junior senator. Not many people knew his name. Back then, he was driving around in his own car, no motorcade, had his aide with him. And that day they heard Nelson Mandela was going to be in Chicago meeting people. Barack Obama wanted to meet him his whole life. And so he rushed over there. And he was the last person Nelson Mandela saw, the last person he saw that day. And I always imagine Nelson Mandela was sitting in the room, and his assistant came over. She was like, Mr. Mandela, I know we said we are done, but unfortunately there's just one person who would like to meet you, sir. I was like, Zelda, I'm so tired. Can we leave? No, I know you want to leave, Mr. Mandela, but there's a young man that you really need to meet. His name is Barack Hussein Obama.
Barack Hussein Obama. He's American.
Yes, that's correct.
He's going to have a tough time. Where is he?
He's right outside the door.
Okay, show him in. Show Barack in.
Okay, I'll be right back. And she went over to the door. She's like, Mr. Obama, Mr. Mandela will see you now. And Barack walked in. He was super excited to meet his idol. Nelson Mandela was sitting on the chair. He looked over.
Young Barack, how are you?
And Barack was like, oh man, Nelson Mandela, man, this is the craziest day of my life, man. I can't believe this shit right now. I can't believe I'm meeting Nelson Mandela for the first time, man. Oh man, I waited my whole life for this moment. I'm like, I won't be just like you, man. I read your books, man. I saw what you were doing in prison. I was like, I'm gonna be the first black president of America. I'm gonna do the same things you did, man. I'm gonna win those votes, and I'm gonna be the first black president of America. And Nelson Mandela was like,
not with that voice. You will scare the white people.
Oh man, Nelson Mandela, this is the greatest day of my life, man. Oh, I don't even understand how you know, man, I just want to know from you, how do I do it? How do I do what you did? How do I become the first black president?
Well, first things first, we need to change that voice. You don't sound like you are going to lead anything.
I don't know what you mean, man. I don't know what you mean.
You are speaking so fast. Slow it down. You are not being chased anymore.
I never thought of it like that, man. I never thought.
Slow down, slow down.
Okay, I guess I do speak fast sometimes. I could
Slower than that.
I could slow it down. I could slow it way down. Is this good?
That's better. Now, you need to make sure you add some bass to your voice.
I don't know why that's an issue.
Imagine if I spoke like this. Do you think people would have voted for me? No, I would still be in jail. Bring some bass.
Okay, I could try to I could try to bring some bass. Is that
Lower than that.
I could go lower than that. Is that good?
Lower than that.
Lower, way down. I could keep it here. I can keep it here.
That's better. Now, very important. To be a first black president, your pacing must be powerful. Every word must seem like the last you will ever speak.
Wow, that's powerful, Mr. Mandela. Let me try to speak like that. Does that work?
That's good. Very good.
I can feel it.
Yes, now for the magic touch. To be first black president, you need to have the husk. No more husky. That's it, you are getting it now. That's it. I think you've got it. Now repeat after me. America.
America.
No, the husk. Bring the husk back. America.
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 America. America. Yes, I can feel it. Say, this is my country.
This is my country.
Yes, this is my dream.
This is my dream.
Yes, I can feel it. You are going to be the first black president.
I don't know. Do you think we can do it?
Yes, we can.
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 You've got it right. Now go get them, my nigga.
It's been fun trying to keep up with Australian news. Been here for 3 weeks now. I watch the news every single day. It's adorable. It really is. It's adorable. Like the week, I think it was the week before I came out, I started watching just before I came, just to see what some of the headlines were and everything. I remember the tone of the presenter. They were like, and in sad news, Reagan has announced she will not be competing in any future Olympics. I love how that was a news story. That's when I knew that Australia is having a good time as a place. The fact that that could make the news tells you how well you are doing. Right? The news could actually save and put aside time to talk about the fact that Reagan would no longer be competing. Like, I love how they said it like we thought there was a chance that she would. They're like, Reagan has announced that she will not be competing in the next Olympics. We're like, yeah, we know. We all knew. We knew from the first moment when she did this. And everybody else watching was like, yeah, this person's not coming to the next Olympics. I don't know which part of this made someone think next Olympics. Oh, man. I'm happy for Riga. I like what she did. First of all, people didn't even know breakdancing was in the Olympics. So kudos to her. Everyone watched because of that, you know. And secondly, do your thing, leave your mark. Nobody knows who won any discipline at most Olympics. Nobody cares. That's what you want. You want to be remembered. That's what you did. It's just something special. And what a way to do it. What a way to do it. She used up all her white privilege at one time. At one time. Most people sprinkle it through their lives. Save some for a promotion. Oh, got pulled over, but gonna get let off with a warning. Oh, get some land that I shouldn't have. Oh. Reagan was like, I'm going all in. Like, Reagan, you can't use it all at once. Watch me. Reagan. How did you feel in Australia? Was that were you angry, were you mad, were you happy, were you sad, were you Australian? You Australian? Say again? It was a piss take. Huh. Wow. What do you mean do you mean like as Australia, like you sent it into the world, or because I like that phrase, it was a piss take. Like, do you mean like, as in like she didn't take it seriously, or or like did she like destroy the institute? What does piss take mean in this particular context? It was a laugh. Okay, I don't think we're getting any closer. Because what I mean is like, was it a laugh, haha, because we're witnessing it? Or was it a laugh because like, haha, I can't believe this is happening? Or was it a laugh, or like, were you ashamed? No, you were just like, it's, you just laughed. She's taking the piss. Ah, so she's taking the piss. Ah, okay. Well, he said it was just a piss take. You see? I think this is the thing Australians forget sometimes. The specificity of ownership of the piss is very important. Okay? Very important. He said it was a piss take. I don't know who is responsible for the taking of that piss. It changes everything. Maybe she didn't plan properly, and so it becomes a piss take, but she didn't plan said take. Does that make sense? But when you say taking the piss, oh, now I understand completely. Now I'm with you. Just taking the piss, Trev. Sometimes I feel like Australia is taking the piss. Just as a place. Just like as a vibe. And I get it. I think you need to as Australia. You know? Things are going too well out here. And I know you think they aren't, because you have to tell yourselves that so that you feel like you live in like a functioning place where things go wrong and stuff, but it doesn't. I'll tell you as somebody from the world, no. No. Guys I saw in the news, they came and they were like, major scandal, the Prime Minister under fire. On the news tonight, ABC News, Prime Minister under fire for accepting upgrades on Qantas Airlines. That story was the perfect encapsulation of Australia taking the piss. It is the perfect encapsulation. Because at first I thought I wasn't understanding what was happening, and then upon further investigation I found out it was what I thought, and worse. Your politicians are in trouble because they got free upgrades on Qantas Airlines. That is the extent of the scandal. This is it. Not they kicked Australians in the seats, out of the seats so that the politicians could sit in. No. No. They just got a free upgrade. As in they had already purchased the tickets, and then the airline upgraded them further. And I understand, like, for some of the politicians, maybe. But then there were like two people who were in trouble. The prime minister in trouble, and it's like your minister of tourism or transport. Yeah? I was like, but you're the minister of transport. If the minister of transport cannot get a free upgrade in the transport sector, then what is the point of the job? What are we doing here? Yeah, people were like, oh, Trev, but it is a scandal. I was like, no, to me the scandal is the fact that your prime minister is flying commercial. That's more of a scandal to me. The leader of your country is just like hustling with you guys. My mind was blown. It's like, so that's what you were like, oh, they shouldn't get it. You don't think the prime minister should get a free upgrade. You just want them there with you. Just be, oh, sorry, do you mind if I? Sorry, yeah, just trying to, sorry, yeah, oh, sorry about that. Oh, yeah, just gotta get, oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm just do you mind if I just put it up? Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, I just got the nuclear codes. I just want to put them up there if you don't mind. Yeah, yeah, okay. Oh, I just got to go. Oh, can I have my laptop? Oh, I can't have it out. Yeah. Oh, I'm expecting an email from China. Yeah. Oh, we don't have Wi-Fi. Oh, to New Zealand, no Wi-Fi. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll figure it out. It's all right, don't worry, yeah. No worries, yeah, no, I'll figure it out, yeah. Oh, sorry, could I get a serviette, please, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, he spilled something on top secret documents, yeah. He was getting up, and he spilled his drink on the top secret documents, yeah. Yeah, we don't know what the budget of the country is anymore, yeah. Sorry, yeah, I'll ask him to move. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. What an insane story. That story has been in the news every single day that I've been here. Every day. The first day I was like, okay, I get it. Maybe there's nothing else. The second day, third week, I was like, come on, guys. Surely something else is happening in your lives. Weeks, people are like, but Trevor, we can't tolerate this. This is corruption. I was like, you think this? Oh, be still my heart. Oh, as a South African, I was watching that. I was like, you think that's corruption? I love Mexican food. I love Mexican people. I don't even know what it is. I think it's just people, we have a connection, you know? I don't know, South Africans and Mexicans or something. People from shithole countries, we have this thing. I still can't believe the things Donald Trump says. He's such a... For me, Donald Trump is an emotional paradox, I'm not gonna lie. You know, logically I can process him, emotionally I struggle. On the one hand, I will admit I wake up many days terrified at the notion that he's president of the most powerful nation in the world. But I also must admit, I wake up many days knowing he's going to make me laugh. Yeah, there's terror and there's joy, and I don't know how to feel. You know what it feels like sometimes? It feels like there's a giant asteroid headed towards the Earth, but it's shaped like a penis. Like, I think I'm going to die, but I know I'm going to laugh. You just look at everything that he does. The world we now live in because of him. Like, you realize we're living through history. You know, this will never happen in our lifetimes again. We're living through a time when we're all learning about the presidency at the same time as the president. That's never happened. How wild is that concept? You wake up every day reading the news and you're like, wow, I didn't know that. And somewhere at that exact same moment, he's reading the same news going, wow, me too. And nobody knows where it's going to lead. Nobody knows what he's going to do. All we know is that he wants his wall. He wants his wall. Donald Trump wants his wall. He needs $25 billion the last time he asked. He needs it from American taxpayers because Mexico is smart. That fell apart real quick. I remember how confident he was at the rallies, people cheering for him. He was like, folks, we're gonna build. We're gonna build a wall, folks. Who's gonna pay? Mexico. And Mexico was like, we ain't paying for shit, man. We might build it, but we're not gonna pay for it, man. And I don't know if you've been following the journey of the wall, but it's probably the best comedy on TV, right? Because now they've started building prototypes of the wall at the border, right? Because Donald Trump said he wants them to test the wall first. I don't know how you do that. You know, it's just like, try again. And because this is the prototypes, Donald Trump now has specifications for the wall. He now says he wants the wall to be made out of concrete, but he also needs the wall to be see-through, right? And the reason the president wants the wall to be see-through is because he said he's afraid that drug dealers from Mexico are going to shoot bags of drugs over the wall and it's going to hit Americans on the head as they walk by. So he needs the wall to be see-through so that Americans can see the drugs coming and catch it. Now, I'm not going to lie. I don't know what a see-through wall is. But at this point, I'm just worried that a contractor is going to come along and trick the president. He's going to take him to the border and be like, there it is, Mr. Trump. Your invisible wall. And then just to make sure he buys it, he's going to hire a troop of Mexican mimes just to be like, oh my God, you can't get through it. It works. Like the mind of Donald Trump. Oh, the other idea he had for the wall was he said America should build the wall out of solar panels. That's what he said. He said America should build the wall out of solar panels because that way the wall would generate electricity and pay for itself. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to lie. That's a good idea, right? It's a good idea. Unless you know anything about solar panels or the sun or walls. Because the problem with that idea is that the sun is up. Yeah? We'll agree on that. We're still on the same page there. Yeah? The sun is up, right? A solar panel wall is not going to work because a wall is like this. So technically it's facing down. So unless you have like a really swaggy sun that's like, yeah, I shine real low, B, it's not going to work for you. The only way it works is if you take your border solar panel and lean it at an angle to get the sun's rays. But if you do that, now you've just created a giant ramp for Mexicans to shoot into America. It's like, órale! The mind of Donald J. Trump. The J stands for Jesus. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, a lot of self-loathing going on there. And he's always going after someone, right? He's always going after someone. If it's not Mexicans, it's Muslims. If it's not Muslims, it's Africans from shithole countries. And that one was my favorite personally, because I am an African and I've shat in a hole. I also liked it because like people came up to me and asked me questions. There was one man who came up to me after a show, really concerned. He was like, Trevor, hey, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah, go ahead, my friend. He said, hey, Trevor, I just wanted to know when Donald Trump says all these horribly racist things, do you sometimes just want to, pack it up, leave America, go back to South Africa and escape all this racism? I said, my friend, you don't go to South Africa to escape racism. That's where you go to stock up. Are you kidding me? That's the one thing that reminds me of home. Racism out here. Because we've got tons of racism in South Africa. And don't get me wrong, it's gotten a lot better. When I was growing up, we had apartheid. And, apartheid was basically the best racism in the world. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I mean, now you're going to feel bad and be like, oh, racism was the best. No, it wasn't. It was good, but not the best. And I experienced a bunch of racism, and everyone did. I never felt like it was a bad thing, mostly because of my family. My mother is a black woman, Xhosa woman. My father's Swiss from Switzerland. And them being a couple was against the law, and that was a problem for us living together. And so we experienced a ton of racism. And in case you're wondering, yes, Xhosa is one of the languages with the clicks in it, right? Xhosa, Xhosa, but not like in American movies, just so you know. Yeah, I've seen those movies where they have Africans and they're like, that's not a language. Yeah, even we watch those movies and we're like, I wonder what they are saying, yeah? So yes, I do consider myself a BE baby of sorts, you know, because I grew up in a mixed family, you see, well, with me being the mixed one in the family. My mother is a black woman, Xhosa, born in Transkei. Thanks, Mom. My father was a white man, born in Switzerland. Yeah. Not so much. Boo, yeah? Yeah. So, you know, so obviously they got together and they, you know, they did the thing. Yeah, they're very, very, very liberal. Obviously, my mom was one of those that was, you know, one of those women that was not going to stand up to the laws. Because obviously during apartheid, you couldn't get together. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Apartheid. Notice how we say it like that these days. Eh? Apartheid. Sounds like something you got on your shoe. Ooh, got some apartheid on my shoe. Who would leave apartheid lying around like that? Shh, I swear. Yeah, where's the real? It's actually apartheid. Ah, apartheid. Yeah, that sounds worse. Because during apartheid, you weren't allowed to mix with people of the opposite race. White people and black people weren't allowed to get together, weren't allowed to live together. Group Areas Act, all of those different acts that stop people, you know. So if they found you together, then the police would kick down your doors, and come in there and be like, what are you doing? And then they'd kick you. Huh? 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 Going to jail. And you, Meneer, I know you were drunk, but don't do it again. Come on. Please. Okay, fatwa. All right, cheers. So, you know, that's what happened. It was a very bad time in South Africa, yes. Although during bad times, as they say, necessity is the mother of all invention. And that is when we invented toy-toying. Yay! Don't understand how that came about, though. Really don't understand how black people thought, in order to show how angry we are, we're going to dance. No. Never really got it. Who was the first guy who did that? The first guy standing there going, I want equal rights. You can't treat me like a dog. Why can't I sit on that bench? Why can't I climb on that bus? Why can't I live there? Eh? Why? You are making me angry, man. You are just making me so angry. You know, you people are just, these people are just making me so. That's not angry. People are smiling. Kill the poor. The farmer. Kill. No wonder it took so long to get help. There must have been tons of foreign correspondents in South Africa. There they were. And crossing live now to South Africa, we've got Andrew in the midst of it all. Andrew, could you tell us exactly what's happening out there? Yes, well, Mary, as you can see, I'm standing in Soweto, the biggest township in South Africa. And to be honest with you, the locals look really happy right now. They dancing, they singing, everybody's having a blast of a time. The news has just come out that they'll all be learning in Afrikaans. And as you can see, they really look overjoyed by it. Over to you in the sports. It was apartheid, but my parents didn't care. They were renegades, yeah, mavericks. My mom was a true maverick. She was like, ooh, I'm going to get a white man. Shoo. And then my dad was obviously, you know, well, you know how the Swiss love chocolate. So, you know, they got together, they did the deed. My mom gave birth to me, but then I couldn't live with the family as a parental unit together. Had to go back to the townships with my mom. She couldn't say that the father of her child was in fact a white man, because obviously, you know, in the townships there were the bimpies. The snitches, we hated them.
So, so she had to lie on my birth certificate. She just didn't put her father, which wasn't strange. It wasn't strange. She just didn't have a father. Like, I mean, it's not like I was the only black kid in the township going, I don't know who he is. It wasn't strange at all. But she didn't say anything to anybody. So everybody just drew their own conclusions, everyone in the townships, which is not such a great idea, because when people's imaginations are let loose, you'll be surprised at what they come up with. Because people did not put one and one together with me. In fact, when I came home, people in the township, in fact, assumed that I was an albino. Oh, you laugh, but it wasn't funny. I was even told when my mom brought me home, at least my family loved me, walked me into the house, there I was, little baby wrapped in a blanket. My grandmother came and she was, "Oh, you shame. Oh, you little Alpi. No, faghi umbrella, cosa c'è? Faghi umbrella. Yeah, ne? But my family treated me very normal, they really did. It was the people around me that were different. In Orlando East, there was this whole mystic vibe to me all of a sudden. People started speaking. Most people got over it. People that were really interested in me, though, were the other albinos. Yeah, because they keep like a log of everyone that comes in. Boss, 2 more. Okay. Because generally in the township, there's only like 1 albino for every phase, Oh, lo, I say phase 2. Yeah, ngiyamazi. Ticks them off on the list. So when I came into the picture, they're like, "Oh, boss, there's another one." Everything was cool. Till I started getting older. And they started noticing a few differences, especially when my hair grew black. And there was a furore. Everyone was just like, "Oh, boss, have you seen him?" People were like, "No, it's not possible." Started following me around. When my mom would walk with me to the taxi rank, they would be there creeping behind us. Check, 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 check. I'd always turn around, they'd act natural. Or as natural as you can act, 4 albinos standing together. They had their meetings, there they were. Their groups, and they were talking about it. No, before anything else, gents, have you heard? Have you heard? There's one of us, but he's different. What do you mean? He's different. He's got a skin light, just like us, but his head grows black. And he has no problems with the sun. He can walk anytime he pleases. Anytime. He's the one. The daywalker. Have you guys seen our president? Huh? Have you seen him lately? Oh man, he's back. He's back and better than ever before, The last few months have been so taxing on him. People fighting with him in parliament, shouting things at him. He's been stressed, sitting in a corner, quiet, all to himself. And then he found out that he would be paying nothing, absolutely nothing for the upgrades at Nkandla. And he walked into parliament, a new man. Had a bounce in his step. Yeah, he swag back. Jacob 2.0. I mean, he's still doing the same things, making the same mistakes, but now he has a certain level of panache. I saw him mess up a speech the other day, stumbled on a word like he always does. This time, though, he didn't frown, he didn't get stressed. He just worked through it. And here we can clearly see the red marble. A marble red marble. A premeditated. Just came back and he handled it. I love how he just stepped away and did the cutest little, I don't even know what he was doing there. He just does like a little, almost like he's just moving his brain to the other side of his head. Like he knows when it's in the wrong place, it doesn't, he just shook it up. And he came back in. Even the way he handled the scandal was powerful. We thought for sure that Nkandla would be his downfall, and yet Jacob Zuma took something so serious, he turned it into a joke and threw it back in our faces.
Where we are clearly living in a place where there is a poverty of politics, people asking questions, but they don't want answers, questions, more answers. We're investigating, they ask again, questions, more answers. Then in Parliament, we're here, point of order, yes, Nkandla.
Oh, I said George Koch. Who's this guy? Huh? He's just shrugging it off, evading, maneuvering. Never mind the Nkandla joke. I love the fact that he rolled his eyes. That blew my mind. I've never seen Jacob Zuma do that. He looked over and he was like, oh. When did Jacob Zuma start rolling his eyes? That's not something he does. Jacob Zuma doesn't roll his eyes, guys. Yeah. In fact, presidents don't roll their eyes. It's not a very presidential thing to do in parliament, to roll your eyes at the opposition. Even the most defiant rulers in the world don't roll their eyes. When the UN is telling the leader of North Korea to stop making nuclear weapons, you don't see Kim Jong-un going, oh, whatever. You don't roll your eyes. But Jacob Zuma did. And he did it in style. I want to know where he learned it, how he learned it. Has he been doing this for a while? Yeah, because rolling your eyes is part of an attitude. You don't just roll your eyes. If you roll your eyes, you got that sass, you bitchy, you know? Is he doing more than that? Now I see Jacob in a totally different light. Now I'm picturing him hanging out with the rest of the ANC comrades, chatting about these problems. President, they want to know where's the money, Mr. President. Where did the money go? And he's like, I'm in relicas. Over and over. They keep asking me. I mean, literally, I'm dying now. Like, can't they get over it? Like that music guy, get a life already. Just because you hang with white chicks. I mean, please, whatever. Is that what he's doing? And if he is, where did he learn that? Where do you learn to roll your eyes at that age? That's what I want to know. It's not your friends. It's not your colleagues. It's probably your kids. Yeah, you learn bad habits at home. Jacob Zuma probably learned it from one of his children in the house. One of his daughters, maybe. She was going out for a night with her friends, caught her as she was leaving.
Hey, Wentombazan, where are you going dressed like that?
Dad, I told you, I'm going out with my friends. I'm going to a party.
First of all, you are already in a party. Secondly, no daughter of mine will dress like that. Go and change.
Oh, Dad, what are you doing? You're killing me. Come on, why are you doing this? I can dress however I want. I'm old enough.
Hey, you will do as I say. As long as you are living under my roofs, which I have paid for with other people's monies, you will obey me. Go and change.
Oh, Dad, come on. Why are you doing this? Everyone else dresses like this. All the other kids do it.
Are all the other kids my children?
You never know.
Eh? Don't come in this house with that DA attitude. Go and change now.
Whatever.
What was that? What did you just do?
I didn't do anything, Daddy.
Don't lie to me. I saw it. You did something with your eyes. It looked like the Undertaker. But they came back. What was that?
I just rolled my eyes, Dad.
Girl, it made me feel so insignificant. What you did there made me feel like you did not acknowledge the seriousness of this situation. Can you teach me how to do that. Yeah, like, it's easy. Like, you just roll your eyes. If someone says something you don't like, then you're just like, whatever. Whatever. No, Dad, whoa, that's too much. It's too much. You just gotta loosen up, you know? Just be like, whatever. Whatever. I think I got it. No, you don't have it, Dad. You're rolling your head. You're supposed to roll your eyes. And my eyes are where? Exactly.
Like, I do shows, I've been doing shows around the country, around the world, right? I've been blessed. And I remember one day, I'm in LA, and I'm doing a show, and we're sitting backstage, and this comedian comes in to the backstage area, and he's got a list of all the guys that are performing. And so he looks around, and he looks at the darkest guy in the corner, just the blackest guy he could find, and he goes, "Hey, yo, you the dude from Africa?" And the guy looks up, and he's like, "Nah, man, I'm from Detroit." He's like, "All right, my bad. Yo, okay, Detroit, yeah, you, okay, cool, LA, okay, cool. And then he looks at me for a second, does a quick calculation, and he's like, and then he looks and he goes, "Yo, where you from, man?" I said, I'm from South Africa. He's like, oh, you the dude? Oh, damn, man, damn, I didn't even know they got, you the dude from Africa? Man, I didn't even know they got light-skinned niggas out there, man. Damn, yo, that's the motherland, man. That's the motherland. And all of a sudden, he just started giving me this speech. He was like, "Man, that's where we gotta be, man. That's the motherland out there, man. Yeah, I got to get out there, man. I got to go home, man. You heard? I got to go home. Man, you tell them, you tell them. You tell them I'm coming home, all right?" And I was like, "No, we're not waiting." Because I'm fascinated. I think that whole identity has come from the term African American. This is something that's fascinated me. It's the very loose term, African American. Because half of the time you use it for people that aren't even African. Just use it as long as you're black, they go African American. But what if people aren't from Africa and they're still African American? There's people from the Caribbean, from Haiti, from Jamaica. They call it, African American. Guy's like, "No, man, I come from Jamaica. I never from Africa. I ain't never been there before, man." He's like, "You want to stay? African American, man." Yeah. The prefix to American has become as important as American itself. I thought it was just American, but it's not. No, it's very important. You have the prefix. You have African American. You have others like Latin or Mexican American. You have Asian American. You have, the most interesting for me was Indian American, which I learned about during Thanksgiving. Indian American. And then I was told I'm no longer allowed to say this. Said, I now have to say Native American, which is redundant, is it not? Because if somebody's a native of the land they're still in, should you not then just call them American? How does that work? It was the strangest conversation to have, sitting around carving the turkey and just going, I don't understand. I can't say Indian American. He's like, "No, Trevor, you look, you don't want to say that. You want to say Native American. It's a better term." I go, "Oh, well, who called them Indian American?" Well, we did. Oh, I see. And then who changed it? Well, we did. I see. And you guys feel bad, son? Yeah, much better. Much better. This is the craziest thing in the world, changing it, the prefix. And I mean, I don't mean to offend anyone. As Americans, I hope I see some guys looking at me like, okay, move on, guy, move on. Yeah. Because that's the one thing, because the one thing I noticed is white people in America, you never got the prefix. What happened there? You guys got left out? Oh, that's horrible. And it's a first. There's nothing? You guys don't get a prefix? No. Sir, you don't want one? No? Just American? No? Euro American? No? Although, I mean, to be honest, Europeans would be like, no, no, they are not from us, please. No, 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 no. No culture, no culture. They're not European. So then I get Anglo. Anglo from the British. Anglo-American, is that more? No, no, you don't want Anglo. I don't know, Anglo-colonial American? Is that Imperial American? Imperial? Death Star American? No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm still searching for the answer. My two favorites so far have been, I was traveling in the South, and a gentleman shouts it out. He said, "You can call us Super American." So, very well. And my favorite was a man in Atlanta who looked at me and he said, "Why don't you call us honky American?" And I'd never heard of that term. I'd never heard of the word honky before. Because isn't honky the same thing you use for like your car? That's like, you know, and the thing that clowns use, honk honk, that's honky. That's the most honky American. That sounds like a bad children's character for white imperialists, you know? It's like there's Barney, there's Ronald McDonald, and there's Honky. This is like, you know, this coming out singing to all the white kids. It's Honky, it's Honky. He's gonna teach you how to be white honky. It's Honky. Remember, kids, white is right. It's Honky, it's Honky. It's the craziest thing ever, honky. I really don't, please don't get offended. If you're American and you're offended, I really hope that I'm not offending you. I mean this because I am scared of you. No, really. The world, you don't understand. The world is shit scared of America. Like America, because you guys, what, you've been fighting wars since World War II? You guys haven't stopped. Like America, no, it's true. America's just like the most badass. America's like that really buff guy on the beach, just like not messing around, just walking around. Just like, you do not mess with America. It's like, you know, if America catches you building a sandcastle, like, what are you doing? No, America, it's not what it looks like. It's like, ah! Ah! The only time people build sandcastles is when they're gonna attack. Stop that! Is that a bucket? No! You know, America's like, yeah, America's that super, because you guys have the best army in the world, and you say, America's that big guy that walks down the hallway, and the rest of the countries just stand on the side. Just like, don't make eye contact, don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact. Don't make eye. And as America walks past, like, America's like, what was that? What was that? Iran. Did you fart? No, America. I'm sorry. Yes, I fart just a little bit. I'm sorry, America. Iran, were you farting at me? No, America. No, I don't fart at you. I just fart just by myself. Just fart on the back, not to the front. To the front, I say sorry. Please, America. Iran, was that a nuclear fart? No. Not nuclear fart, just beans. Lots of beans fart. Like the mind of Donald Trump. Oh, the other idea he had for the wall was he said America should build the wall out of solar panels. That's what he said. He said America should build the wall out of solar panels because that way the wall would generate electricity and pay for itself. Yeah. Now, I'm not gonna lie. That's a good idea, right? It's a good idea. Unless you know anything about solar panels or the sun or walls. Because the problem with that idea is that the sun is up. A solar panel wall is not going to work because a wall is like this. So technically it's facing down. So unless you have like a really swaggy sun that's like, yeah, I shine real low, B, it's not going to work for you. The only way it works is if you take your border solar panel and lean it at an angle to get the sun's rays. But if you do that, now you've just created a giant ramp for Mexicans to shoot into America. It's like, órale! Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can win cool prizes. And by prizes, I mean surprise. There's no prizes. It's a free YouTube video, you greedy. Just click the video, man. Why you want free things on free things?